Hey, it's Allison again. I'm doing the Beauty and the Beast tag today. Nobody tagged me, but I'm obsessed with Beauty and the Beast, so I wanted to do the tag. Krista from Books and Jams and Lisa from Brand New Booksmell made up their own Beauty and the Beast tag. They did it back like before the movie came out in theaters. But you know, I'm behind on things and I don't manage my time well, so I'm doing it now, and the Blu-ray comes out next week, so it's totally still relevant. So I'm gonna do the Beauty and the Beast tag. So for the first one, the first character is Belle. She wants more than this provincial life. Tell about a book that takes you to another place. I get swept away pretty easily with books, I think. That's kind of why I read, is so that I can be swept away into another world. But since I just finished it, my reread of A Court of Mist and Fury, I think these books really take me to another place. I get completely swept up in the world. I feel like it's an experience to read Sarah J. Maas's books, and this is the one that I'm choosing for this. And yes, I'm about to read A Court of Winds and Ruin. I'm trying not to freak out about it. Okay, anyway. Okay, so number 2 is Beast. He can be a bit scary, but inside he's a softie. Choose a book whose cover doesn't match the story. Well, this is actually the opposite. The cover is a softie and the story is not so soft, but I picked The Winter's Curse by Marie Rutkoski. I mean, it's a pretty cover. I love the cover. I think it's really cool how she's like holding on to the letter and everything, but it's a girl in a pretty dress when the book is about this girl whose people have invaded this other country and taken over their country and have turned the country's former citizens into their slaves, and then she buys a slave and she and the slave have a bit of a connection, and it's a little weird, but it's a surprisingly believable love story, I won't lie, and it's not even focused on the love story. There's kind of a brewing slave rebellion and everything, and I'm sorry, but you don't get that from this cover. It's a lovely cover, but it doesn't scream slave rebellion to me. Anyway. So number 3 is Maurice, Belle's eccentric but lovable father. Choose a book that is out of your comfort zone, but you ended up loving it. So out of my comfort zone, I feel like I've got a pretty big comfort zone when it comes to reading, but I guess you could say nonfiction is not in my comfort zone. I don't read much nonfiction, hardly ever, but recently-ish, I listened to the audiobook for Scrappy Little Nobody by Anna Kendrick. It's kind of her autobiography, I guess. And since she narrated the audiobook, it kind of just feels like she's hanging out with you and telling you about her life. So it was actually really fun and I enjoyed it. So. Number 4, Mrs. Potts, nurturing and motherly character. Choose a character who takes care of others like a mother might. I chose an actual mother because like anytime I get the awesome motherly characters question, I mean, is there anyone but Molly Weasley to choose for this? I just don't even know. Molly Weasley for the win. Number 5 is Chip, adorable and makes us smile. Choose your favorite children's book. I'm gonna go with Peter Pan. It's magical, it's a little creepy, but mostly magical, and I want to fly away to Neverland and play make-believe forever and just never ever grow up. That's pretty much my life goal, so Peter Pan. Number 6 is Gaston, smarmy and arrogant. Choose a character who's over the top with his or her arrogance. I actually often see arrogance as a bit of a fun quality for characters to have, so I don't always see it as a negative. But I tried to find one that was more negative since Gaston's the villain, and I feel like I should pick some villains. Well, here's a book where you don't know who's the hero and who's the villain. Vicious by V.E. Schwab. Both Victor and Eli are incredibly arrogant, mostly about their intelligence, which they are very intelligent, but their great arrogance causes a lot of mayhem, and a lot of people end up getting killed by the end of the book because these two men are so arrogant and have this god complex. So this is what I'm going with. Number 7, Lumiere, smooth-talking, swoon-worthy Casanova. Choose a character with these characteristics. So I hear swoon-worthy, and all that's on my mind right now is Rhys from A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm sorry, he's taking up all the swooning in my system right now. So, I know he's not like a womanizer character by any means, but it's super fun watching him and Farrah flirt, and I just really, I swoon. He's so swoony, okay? He's the swooniest. Is that a word? Probably not, but I'm using it anyway. Swoon. And last but not least, number 8, Cogsworth. He was a bossy, no-nonsense leader of the household. Choose a character who takes charge and is the voice of reason for those around them. I'm going with Kelsey from The Queen of the Tierling. Yes, she does kind of have to take charge, seeing as she is the queen. But, I mean, she could have tried to run away from it, and she didn't have to be a great queen. She just had to kind of take over. But she wants to be a great queen. She wants to put her country back together, and she becomes a voice of reason for her country, and she stops a lot of horrible things from happening and tries to put everything right. And you could also say the Mace is a character that kind of takes charge and brings everyone together also, because he does with their little team and, you know, all the Queen's Guard and everything. And he also does keep Kelsey in check a little bit, but that's more in the second book than this one. But I still wanted to go with Kelsey because I just feel like she's just a great leader and keeps everything from going to hell, basically. So that was the Beauty and the Beast book tag. I hope you had fun. I had fun. Thanks for hanging out with me. Like I said, I'm not going to tag anybody. Nobody tagged me. I tag you. If you're watching and you want to do this, do it. And you can say I tagged you if you don't want to say nobody tagged you, because, you know, whatever. So let me know if you do the tag, and send me a link in the comments, and I'll go watch your video and see what you picked for all the different characters. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time. Bye!